Well, we have some things to sort out as August comes to a close. How'd we get here, by the way, John Heyman? Time is flying. Good morning to you on the inside corner. I was watching Shohei hit last night. I had so many thoughts. I was thinking about what a team who's going to spend big on him thinks of that and kind of the injury ramifications of it. What does his free agency look like right now, August 29th?
Yeah, I mean, it still looks fantastic.
Okay.
He's still the #1 free agent. He's still the best offensive player in the game. At least he was this year. No question about that. He's still Shohei Ohtani with the potential to pitch at some point. We think probably not until 2025. But in terms of the money, I don't think he's about money because he's still playing now. If he was about money, he'd probably stop now and get that second opinion and figure out what to do about the torn UCL in the elbow. But he's about performance, about playing, putting up the numbers, having a great year. And the free agency's going to still be great. You know, there might be a team or two that says, you know what, as a DH, at least for the first year, probably, maybe we won't go in that direction. Maybe he's not going to get the $600 million. I still think he's going to get close to $500 million because look at Aaron Judge's free agency. He could have gotten over $400 million with San Diego. He probably could have gotten over $400 million with the Giants. So, I mean, we're talking about Ohtani, who's a comparable hitter, who still has that potential and likelihood, very likely, to be a pitcher and certainly the marketing icon. Judge, big marketing icon as well, but nobody's like Ohtani.
Are we still talking suitors, West Coast and New York teams? Is that still where we're at? Did he ever actually say that, or did we
No, you know,
it up?
I think we just inferred it from the fact that there were 7 finalists and 5 of them were on the West Coast. I think he was just going to go to the, and I've been told this, who knows? Nobody knows because he doesn't talk about it. He just was going to go to the Angels all along. Good spot for him, needed a DH. I mean, 3 out of the 7 finalists were NL teams where he really could not go because he was going to have to be a DH. So I think potentially those finalists were window dressing, and some people who are close to him do believe that the East Coast is Midwest just as possible. Now, as far as the teams go, there is some word that he doesn't love pitching in Yankee Stadium. Somebody told me he's not really that thrilled hitting in Dodger Stadium for whatever reason. I don't know. I've always thought the Dodgers are a favorite because he loves it in California, Los Angeles. They win consistently. I'm not so sure about that at this moment. Texas has been on my list, but they may be looking more toward pitching. Just guessing here. So we'll see. I do think San Diego will be a player. San Francisco will be a player. Of course, that ballpark is tough. I do think the Cubs will be a player, and I do expect New York teams to weigh in there and give it a shot. But this guy is not about the money. Remember, he came over early and made a fraction of his worth to play and to prove that he's the best player in the world. He has done that.
One more layer that I keep thinking about, if he's hitting next year, how will that affect his rehab, right? The rehab will not be tailor-made to pitching. We think he's going to pitch in 2025, but it's not a full year.
Right. He missed more than a year last time.
You know,
nearly 2 years. So he may miss, you know, it's possible we may not see him as a pitcher till 2026. Possible. We're just guessing here, but that is a possibility. That said, the potential of him pitching, and it's going to be a long-term deal, is going to help his free agency. The fact he's an icon, that's why I think he's getting that $500 million.
We are looking forward to this offseason. It is the end of August. Let's talk positives for a second. You have in your hands awards, and we're starting with MVP. The floor is yours.
Okay. Well, Ohtani has it wrapped up. He had it wrapped up by the middle of the season, certainly by the trade deadline. There's no question. I'm saying Mookie Betts now. I mean, Acuna is 1 home run away from becoming the first 30-60 man ever. And if someone tells me it's Acuna, I get it. Right now, Betts has the higher WAR by a bit, and he's got the best OPS in the National League as well. The one guy over 1,000. I do think Freeman's a candidate. I do think Olsen's a candidate. Bellinger having an MVP-type season, probably running 5th. Probably doesn't have a chance, but also having a great year. But right now, I'm favoring Betts over Acuna by a little. I think it's kind of a coin flip. Garrett Cole leads in ERA, leads in innings pitched. It's not over because 1 or 2 bad starts can skew those numbers. So still got Luis Castillo probably running 2nd now. You got Valdez, you got Gausman, you've got some guys, Gray, with the potential to get in there, but I think it's Cole. Snell I'm favoring. He's got the best ERA. He's got the 2nd most strikeouts. to Strider. Certainly Strider is a candidate, as is Gallen, as you guys just mentioned. A few candidates in the National League, but I'm favoring Snell. Rookie of the Year, I thought it was going to be Josh Young, but Gunnar Henderson has been so good in the second half, now up to 122 OPS plus, 4.6 WAR. To me, he's the guy. Corbin Carroll, I mean, he's been great all year. Probably not an MVP candidate, maybe in another year, but 4.8 WAR, 137, 138 OPS plus. I still give it to him. McClain's been great. The Reds have so many great rookies, and Senga has really been good with the Mets as well. But I'm going Corbin Carroll.
We always hear this narrative, John, that teammates steal votes away from each other. And looking at your list, I was thinking of that with Mookie and Freeman and Acuna and Olsen. Is that, as a writer, is that a narrative that's real?
You know, I don't think so anymore because right now everybody goes by the numbers.
Right.
And whoever has the best numbers is probably going to get it. Maybe back in the day when Kirk Gibson got it and you had two Mets in there with McReynolds and Strawberry in '88, maybe Gibson was favored for that reason. Based on the postseason, how that turned out, it looked like a very smart vote anyway. So I think it's basically about the numbers. And in this case, you've got two Dodgers and two Braves, so there's really no advantage one way or the other.
All killing the game. John Heyman, thank you.